Okay, the total cost to build my dream YouTube studio, bro, this is gonna be so epic, man. I'm so proud of Khan and all he's been able to accomplish, especially with this setup and all. I'll really be interested in seeing if Khan could post up like kind of like day-to-day stuff. Like that's what I would love to see. I would love to see what it's like a almost if he did a behind the scenes of like what it's like when someone rents the studio. You know what I mean? Like I think that would be dope to see. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Go support Khan, man. That's the boy right there.
In this video, I'm going to give you a detailed breakdown cost of everything I've
God damn, this nigga, he's still losing weight. I love it.
bought and installed for my new YouTube studio. And that's including all of the building materials, labor costs, and other expenses involved in pulling a project like this together. So stick around to the end of the video where you find out exactly how much I spent in total on this YouTube studio in the past 6 months. And also a big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video.
Whether you need a domain, website, or an online store, make it happen with Squarespace.
Let me take you guys all the way to the beginning. When I first got this space, it was a completely empty warehouse. You can see me now, there's rooms being built, but before this, everything was completely empty. There was no walls, there was no upstairs. This was all built from scratch. Now I've actually made a really detailed breakdown on an Excel spreadsheet of every single cost that was involved. To see the final figure at the end, it's going to be very scary for me because no matter how much you budget, you always end up going a bit over. And I've learned a lot of valuable lessons on the way during this whole build. And just to give you a scope of the size of this place, it is 132 square meters. So how much rent do you pay on an empty building like this? And I mean, to own a building like this will probably be something I definitely can't afford right now. So renting is the only option for me. And I spend £2,000 a month on rent itself, just for that empty building. Insane. So over the past 6 months, I've paid £12,000 in rent. But the landlord was kind enough to give me 1 month free for when I was getting, started up and I was building and adding value to his building. All in all, 6 months rent, £10,000 spent. We're starting off with a big figure already. Now, I already had a smaller studio before that was, packed with a whole bunch of
added
stuff,
hella value to it. Because whoever gets this after is going to be so excited.
I had to hire a big van to help me move everything. And that included 2 people for 1 day. And that cost me £648. And for anybody that's also had their own building projects or home renovations, you might have noticed how the price of literally every single material has skyrocketed. And as you can see, I had a lot of material to purchase. The project started off with this room that you're staring at right now. This is the kit room. It's my storage space. This is where I keep all the light stands, camera bags, and whatnot.
Just looking at it like that is so crazy.
This is where it all began.
It looks like it's so much smaller, but it's huge.
The studio was the first to be constructed, and we started by putting up several walls, a doorway, a loft hatch, and access to the second floor. So for the total price of timber used in this whole project added up to £2,417.68.
Okay.
I like timber, but I don't like it that much. I don't like it 2.5 grand's worth. Imagine prices before were almost half the cost. So this could have cost me even half the price if I was building it before the mad boom of materials. Just think about how many standing desks I could have bought with that. This loft hatch costs £120. It costs me 140 quid if I want to go from here to upstairs. Now these I purchased years ago when I had my previous studio, so I moved them from my old studio to this studio. They were purchased from Homebase and they cost me 150 quid each. So I've got 3 of them here, so that's 450 quid on storage. You can see they do a good job, it's just that I don't do a good job at staying organized. So once all the stud work was built, all the walls then had to be covered up in plasterboard. So you see all of this? This is all plasterboard. And that includes this room, all the ceilings, and the room upstairs. And the total cost that I spent on plasterboards, £2,302.78. But at least that gave a structure to all the rooms. Oh, it's not just the rooms, it's all of this upstairs bit as well. See all of that? That was all plasterboarded. But once all the plasterboard got attached onto the stud work, the studio started taking shape.
Plasterboard is just drywall, right?
So once the kit room and the green room were constructed, it allowed us to bridge the 2 rooms together and help us create an upstairs area. Let me take you upstairs and show you the room that was created. These stairs that I'm sitting on were all constructed as one piece, so they all came pre-built, and they cost £269.38. Oh, this handrail?
Oh, stairs!
And this is the upstairs room. For this room, I'm planning to develop it a bit more. Still haven't had a chance to do that. I want like a big desk here, so it could be used for production meetings, ideas, a couple of bean bags dotted around. We've just created this room out of nowhere, and it's great to be able to have this extra floor space once we bridge the 2 rooms off together. Do you like doors, Jack?
I love doors.
You love doors, yeah? Do you know how much I love doors? I love doors, £562.27. That's how much I love doors. Well, I'll tell you what, we went for some basic fire doors, right? But they're still pricey. See this? People asking me, why do I have such small doors? I bought one big door, cut it in half, so I ain't got to like spend more money on doors. And plus, this is like storage space. You could just crawl in there and do what you need to do and come back out.
That's hella
It's not
smart.
designed to be a full-size door. A lot of people will probably tell me I could spend less on doors, but I don't like the cheap, flimsy doors. I like a nice, solid door. It makes me feel, I don't know.
Like a man.
Yeah, it makes me feel like a man when I can slam the door and it makes a good sound. A door here, so that's what, 3 doors? And we've got these big doors. These are my favorite ones. Look at that. This lock with the keypad, 30 quid. This handle, 20 quid each. That's 40 quid just to have nice handles on doors. These brackets, 12 quid. Switches and sockets, I spent a grand total of £151.93 on. They add up quick, I tell you. Especially when you want to go for the fancy ones that blend into your design. Now, I could have gone for white ones, which would have been so much cheaper. They would have been like £1 each. But no, I had to, you know, be stylistic and, and get good looking ones. Skirting and architraves and all the decorative bits, £70.40. This window, I actually got it from a skip. So this window was free. And for the glass windows, including the frames and the locks on them, managed to grab them up for a really good bargain at £120. The cost of insulating rooms. Now, this is a building in a building, so we didn't need to do much insulation, to be honest. I mainly wanted insulation between walls for soundproofing purposes. So we have the ceiling insulated, these walls, and the walls upstairs. And in total on insulation, I spent £112. Now, we've got 4 aircon units. There's 1 here, 2 over here, and 1 up here in the production office. So that's 4 units in total. And in the summertime, they'll keep the place nice and cool. And in the wintertime, they'll keep the place nice and warm. And in total for all of the units, that's including all of the condenser units that are outside, and for all the labor costs, I spent a grand whooping of £7,015.27 on air conditioning. The Photography Cove. Now, this space is incredible. I've always wanted to own something like this.
Yeah, I know that white, that little like 180 white. Oh, it's crazy.
Filming. Now, there's different ways of how you can build a photography cove. So let me give you some facts first. This is a 6x6 meter L-shaped cove with a 3-meter height. And I feel like I went about it the most cost-effective way as I could. I've done some research about how they get built, and I found this company online that make these fiberglass curved panels, and these curved pieces basically get drilled onto some stud work and create this nice flawless curve that we all desire from a photography cove. There you go. I'm in a floating white space. Ooh, I'm in the Matrix. There's extra additional costs that I already mentioned before, but just for those curved pieces, it costs £5,941.20.
What?
I know some places make the curvature from some sort of shape and then they pour concrete into it, and then this whole curve is nice and solid. Now, that would have been ideal. I would have loved that, but I think the cost of that would have been far greater than what I've already spent.
That's like, oh my God, it would have been heavy
this little
too.
handy device. This is a colorama holder. So it basically consists of 2 light stands and a pole. And what you can do, you can slide paper backdrops onto here, which creates a background, or you can like hang a curtain, or just, you know, use it as an overhead camera rig as well. And this thing cost me £130. But I didn't just stop there with, you know, a basic colorama holder. I got myself a motorized electronic
big metal garbage
colorama
container
holder. So to be able to have a motorized 4-way colorama holder cost me $329.99. And each of those backdrop colorama holders, £60 each. So that's £240 just on paper. So after everything was boarded up, it then needed to be plastered, so then we can carry on with decorating. That included all of the walls that you're seeing inside and outside the rooms. So bro just walked around on stilts instead of using
the
infinity code.
Oh, that's crazy.
The top of all of this wall. And the grand total of plastering added up to £1,645. Again, after that stage, my vision was coming closer and closer to life. We were now ready for the decorating stages. So when it came down to painting of the studio, it's probably one of the most aesthetically important parts to give this whole space life. Initially, I was a bit overwhelmed at the type of prices that were being thrown at me. I started researching people that can maybe come and spray the walls, because I thought, hey, that would be quicker. I was getting prices like £10,000, £5,000, which are way out my budget. So I had to kind of home it in and find out how I can reduce those costs, especially when there's so many surfaces to cover. Literally everything you're looking at, this whole bit, the ceiling here, the floor, all of these extra walls that we've created, all of a sudden needed all of this paint. And in total, we spent £3,174 and 12
Oh my God, he got a deal.
pence on painting this whole
How did he
studio.
get
And that is
that
an
much
all-in
ordeal?
price with labor and paint. We even had to rent a huge scaffolding tower for weeks on end, just so the painters and plasterers could reach all of the high up spots in the building. So from what I can remember, it was about £45-ish a week to rent the scaffold tower. And by the end of the whole build, it would have probably been cheaper for me to buy my own scaff tower and then sell it on, because the grand total rental for the scaff tower cost me £874.26. God damn it. When I see things like that, I feel like, yeah, that's
Not gonna lie, I thought that was gonna be like inside, like included in the paint pricing. That's why I was like, damn, that's a really good deal. Okay, that's kind of great. Okay. So it's probably somewhere around like 5K.
money down the drain. Now, all of these costs seem to be quite excessive, but for what I do, I think it's a good synergy of things. It's also provided me with a good opportunity to open up new business ventures and diversify my revenue streams, because, you know, this place is also available to rent to the public. And also people are wondering like, Con, where are you making all this money from to pay for all this stuff? Remember, in all the vlogs that I show you guys, I'm also going out on film jobs, you know, I'm getting paid for that. There's sponsors that are sponsoring these videos as well, which is a massive help as well. There's you guys watching, the YouTube revenue stream from that. Add that all up together, little by little over the 6 months, it allows me to fund creative projects like this. So before everybody jumps ship and say, wow, Simon must be paying good. Yes, they do, but this also has come from multiple revenue streams.
Yeah, and you gotta think about it. Like every time he's ever posted a video, it's been sponsored. Plus, like, come on, bro. He been working and like not having his own full decked out studio like this for how long? Like fucking 12 years? Like, come on, bro. Savings is a thing.
To the sponsor of today's
He
video,
deserves. We see the
Squarespace.
work
Now,
that
if you're
he
also
puts
someone
in.
like
Like,
me
come
who's
on,
looking
man.
to diversify your streams of
Okay,
income,
come
or maybe you want to
come
build yourself a personal
All right.
portfolio where you showcase space, this is just an entry walkway. I feel like when you enter this, feel bigger than it is. And how can I forget to mention these amazing hex lights that cost £599.96? Because compared to these LED lights over here, which are about 20 quid each, and I got 7 of them, spent 150 quid on these type of lights. I feel like the money was worth it because these add so much more personality to such a boring space. This is just an entry walkway. I feel like when you enter the studio, you should be amazed and wooed. Think of Unbox Therapy. He films in like a whole room full of lights, like he's in the Batcave, right? Think he needs that? No, he wants it because it's cool. We also have the house lights. Now the house lights are these tube light looking ones, and I paid £36.98 per unit. So I have 4 up here and 2 upstairs. So in total, I spent £221.88 on lighting here. So the total cost of all of the lighting put together,
good, so it makes sense, you know?
£972.27 just to light this whole building. I spent a total of £2,096.80 on artificial greenery. One of the things I really wanted to focus on was optimizing the space I have to use and to be able to create cool backdrops wherever I can. And I feel like with this foliage wall, I've achieved just that. This is a whole completely brand new look that you can use when you're filming in the studio. And to create this whole wall, I use a company called Blooming Artificials, where you get to buy square panels of different types of foliage. You can hang it up in any type of pattern that you want. Now, it sounds like I spent a lot on artificial plants, but I think I would have spent way more on actual living greenery, because I would have had to keep buying it like every week. I can't look after stuff like that.
Yeah, but fake plants are expensive.
Also, this is a great tool that
I've looked into them just to have here,
and
and
I might put a plant in the
crazy.
background, and it just makes the set look a lot nicer. Acoustic panels. Now, I have 32 of these bad boys stuck to the ceiling, and the purpose of them is to reduce the echo and reverb in the room. And the grand total cost of all of the panels in the studio added up to £2,458.80. Talk about flooring now. This floor had to be self-leveled. It was all very cracked up and it was very uneven. So, big job to self-level so much. So, self-leveling happened. Now, I don't know if I got the best price out of this because it sounds a bit too much. I paid £2,350, and that includes all the materials and labor as well. Now at that point, I didn't have much time to get different quotes, so I just settled on my first one. I don't know if it was the greatest quotes or not, but it got done in a day and I was very happy with it. Floors in the green room.
There's always gonna be people that are gonna tell you like, oh dude, you could have got it for this much, or this, you could have spent this, blah, 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 blah. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Oh, no, hell yeah. And I'm happy because I moved my setup into this room now that has like a carpet in it, so I really just got to retune my mic and probably add something that's like behind the monitors that like kind of bounce my voice back a little bit, and shit, it might sound sexy in here, no cap.
Our carpet tiles. Oh, looks like we've got a leak going on. That's not good. The grand total of carpet tiles here were £191.96.
Oh, and that could suck, because that could be, shucks, they could replace the whole, they'd have to replace the whole floor after that, because if the tiles get like infested.
Shout out to B&Q. I also had flooring upstairs installed. Went for some laminate flooring that I got in B&Q, and the price per square meter was £12 for this specific flooring. And if I can pronounce it correctly, because I know my Australian viewers will hate me, Bundaberg flooring, that's what it's called. But if you're looking for it in B&Q, it's called Bundaberg. And to cover this area cost me £267.96. When it comes to the storage rooms, I didn't bother putting the flooring all the way through there because I feel like it would just be wasted. High chairs, stools, sitting stuff. These I got from IKEA, they're about 33 quid each. I got 8 of them, and in total I spent £280. Makeup mirrors, I had to get 2 of them, got them from IKEA, and set me back £58. Now the lighting for this area, these light bulbs and this metal thing were purchased separately. So this metal thing that holds the light bulbs cost £19 each, and we needed 3 of them. So that's £57 spent on just these. Now for the light bulbs, we need 15 of these. They come in a pack of 2 for £4.50 each.
A pack
so in
of
total,
2?
I spent £57 on these light bulbs. This worktop was purchased from Howdens for £79.20. And we managed to get 2 cuts from it. One for the makeup table, and then the other one for a little breakfast bar. These shelves were also from IKEA, and they cost a £5 each, so that's a tenner on the shelves. And now we move on to Con's coffee corner. That doesn't have any coffee in it yet. I've got a boiling water machine, and that cost me £149.99. Could have probably gone for a £5 kettle and a £140 coffee machine. Frustratingly, there's no plumbing available to my unit, so annoyingly, I can't install like a little sink and a tap. The fridge, a great Amazon purchase. I've got one of these in my gym building as well, which a follow-up video on that video will be coming up very soon.
Can't wait to see that.
Fridge was $239.99.
Shit!
And you know, we've got small things like...
I thought mini fridges were like $80.
Like
that shit almost
£25.
$300?
We've got a bin, 15 quid. Clothing rail, $69.98.
Probably for a good one, huh?
Steamer, 120. This mechanical key combo lock, £15. Let's talk about desks. Bosh, this desk was actually a gift from FlexiSpot. Not only is it a desk, it's a standing desk, so I can press buttons, it can go up and down. This specific one, £320. The one upstairs, it's a slightly bigger desk, so it comes with a bigger price tag, £420.
Fuck!
Keyboard, gift from Glasses. Look at that, bless him. I love this
So
keyboard.
sexy.
The monitor was a gift from Dell, and this is their 32-inch ultra-sharp monitor with a built-in webcam. And the cost of these is £1,200. So that's £1,200 saving for me, as this was gifted by Dell. So thank you very much, guys. We've got one more desk. It's just a small little 60 by 60, and this was around 60 quid. So with 2 of the desks being gifted to me, there's a total saving of £740. So if any other companies want to send me any more cool stuff that you think I can showcase in the studio, and it will be a benefit of to you, I do love a standing desk. So shout out to FlexiSpot for providing me these standing desks. Pretty much all of my setup videos, I've been using FlexiSpot desks, and they're very reliable and a very good quality.
What are you talking
build.
about,
If you watched
Lando?
the previous challenge of how we created this setup in 1 hour, I use these decorative panels to make the wall look less boring in this room, and these panels cover this whole area.
When you
of
put
wall,
that,
cost me
putting that leafing
£159.
and like
And this
foliage up there
3
looks sexy.
LED strip from Govee cost £59. So this trolley that can hold all of these different lights and keep your kit organized, it's called a heavy duty light stand, and it cost me £431.99. 400 quid for essentially what looks like a clothing rail. I mean, this plastic trolley that I put all my bags on as well, this was £179. This wooden slat thing, I managed to pick it up for free from somebody who was trying to throw it away. So I was like, don't worry, I'll take it off your hands. At the same time when I was doing that, I managed to have the van that will transport it to the studio. So
Oh,
that
fuck,
was
hella
a good
clutch.
coincidence. CCTV.
And that looks so
I've got-
sexy. It would even look dope if you put like some lights behind it or something. I really want to try to do something with the panels, bro. Simon Talia got me so hyped to try it.
Camera here. I've got a camera.
And even like Will's, bro. Will was like the OG with it.
In the kit room, I've got a 360 camera over here, and I've got some cameras outside of the unit. I've got heat and smoke detectors. I've got little alarms that are placed everywhere, and all of that cost me £4,237. To install these security shutters cost me £2,256. And I guess that, paired with the alarm and the CCTV system, gives me a peace of mind at night, knowing that it will be a lot harder for somebody to break into this place.
God damn, what kind of neighborhood is it in? They got to install a sliding door as well besides those giant big ones? God, I bet you, bro better give him way less than a month off of rent. That's crazy.
Now, there are some other small recurring costs, such as waste disposal. I pay £15 a week for a big wheelie bin, like a wheelie big bin. Got pretty decent internet here, £39 a month. So over the past 6 months of having this place, I spent £290 on internet. Electricity bill, I'm on a fixed rate tariff, and so far I've spent £1,139. I haven't really done a deep dive in any of the videography kit that I have, such as light stands, but I feel like I don't need to because it's stuff I already had before the studio anyway. However, this specific light stand, I did have to purchase recently for the studio, and this light stand cost me £431.
What?
So, oh yeah, I had to buy a bunch of these as well. These are like 120 quid per thing, and then I bought wheels for them as well. For this next and final cost, I'm gonna tell you how much I paid for the labor of this whole project. Now, this was a 6-month project, so this price is 6 months worth of labor, essentially. I need to take a seat for this. The total cost for labor, 6 months worth of work here for, you know, many different outsourced people, added up to £35,379.38. Now, when you put it like that, it sounds like a hell of a lot, but over the 6 months and the amount of people that were involved and the amount of time they've spent here in this place making it what it is now, I feel like it was money very well spent, because that's the price you pay for good quality workmanship. And that brings the whole grand total of—
Hell no! All them damn scratches and shit on the wall? 30 racks for labor? And niggas just slapped that pay? Oh, fuck, that's crazy.
the YouTube studio bill to £85,232.91. That's how much I spent for this studio over the past 6 months. Okay, so a couple of good things is that is including that. So some of that I will be able to get back. That has been the full studio build breakdown cost. I've had a blast over the past 6 months building it and seeing the project come to life. Also, I'm gonna give a big thank you to everybody who had a part in this project, you know, down from decorators, painters, builders, carpenters. All of you guys have smashed it. I'm really loving this space, so thank you very much. And as cheesy as this is gonna sound, but thank you to everybody at home watching these videos and supporting them, because without you guys, honestly, I couldn't have done it as well. Also got plenty of cool stuff to share with you guys in the new year, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you later.
Nah, that's crazy.